Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Welcome back to another episode of But Watch This Though. I am nobody. Always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, Quack. Quack, let's talk about it. Now, if y'all remember where we left off at in part two of part one, because I had to do somewhat of a split series because of the technical difficulties that happened in that video. But if y'all remember where we left off at in part one, we are now on part two, where Brother Polite is at the bookstore trying to act as if Dr. York told him that the bookstore belongs to him, while at the same time, the daughter of Dr. York is actually running the bookstore. Y'all remember that some people got into an altercation and some stuff like that. Some shots was fired. And this is where it's going to pick up at. So we're going to get right into it. And hey, let's go, y'all.
My sister came upstairs and said, the meeting with Polite wants to speak to you. The conversation was about that we were supposed to be having was about the bills of the house, and at the house the bills needed to be paid. And you're not going to sit here and continue to squat. You know what I'm saying? When bills are literally piling up in my name. Now, my brother, he's a very devoted Muslim. We born and raised Muslim. He said, I'm going to go downstairs and see what he wants. So that was originally the conversation that we were supposed to be having. It never happened. Instead, all I heard was shots.
My brother was shot while they arguing over a bookstore.
One of the brothers got shot in his head.
My brother got shot twice in the head. Yes, my brother got shot in the head twice. It dismembered his ear and dismembered certain parts. I don't like to even think about it, because I was the person that pulled him inside of the house. And I watched my brother bleed all over the floor.
And
the tax deadline is coming soon. H&R Block is right in your neighborhood. Come on in. No appointment needed. Our experienced tax.
Let me take that off the screen real quick, y'all. Let that down and go by. I'll bring it right back. Oh, it just kicked me out. Hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second. But yeah, man, y'all seen what just happened, right? She just said that her brother just got shot twice. And y'all remember on part one when I was telling y'all, we was talking about the pimping that Brother Polite could have been doing, or, the scams and stuff that Brother Polite was doing. And I was making a case to say that all the gangbanging and stuff like that the dude was doing. You know what I'm saying? And look, just look, man. Just look at the type of people that you meet in this community. Like, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. I'm trying to get this back on for y'all. I don't know what just happened. But I got y'all. Hold up, give me a second. It just dropped in the middle. But yeah, man, while I find this this series that I'm doing, The Conscious Community is Fake But Wrestling is Real, like, I just want to highlight the ideologies that are in the community, the individuals that are in the community, the leaders, the doctrines that they put out that lead to nowhere. Hold up 1 second. All right, we back on, y'all.
Out of the house. And I watched my brother bleed all over the floor.
And because I called for the meeting to have with the brother, and he got shot very shortly after the meeting. Of course, I was blamed for the shooting.
It was him and his friend Water and some other guy named Hernandez. You know, it was some Puerto Rican dude that was with him, another really dark-skinned brother. I don't know these people, you know, offhand, but when I see their face, I know all these people's faces for sure. They were the only ones that had guns that obviously, shot my brother inside of the bookstore. As soon as I heard the shot, my first instinct was to run downstairs. I don't know why that was my first instinct, but my first instinct was to run downstairs. I ran downstairs and opened the door to the bookstore and seen Polight standing right there, him and his friend Water standing right there. I grabbed my brother because he was stumbling. I didn't realize what was really happening. He was stumbling. He stumbled on me, and when you look at the door is like the door to the actual house is like right there next to the store. So I grabbed him inside of the house. I ran upstairs to, potentially to call the cops, ambulance, all of that. And I'm looking at my window and I see Polight running across the street to one of my neighbor's house, throwing away, taking off his shoe, throwing it in their trash.
I was locked up September 19th or something to that effect. But I wound up being released for that one, October 31st. Halloween. I didn't know I was going to be released. The brother refused to testify.
These people continued to threaten my life pretty much the whole time, even after him being incarcerated for the short period of time for the attempt murder.
I was locked up for dismemberment. Then they changed it to attempted murder. But needless to say, they tried to subpoena a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't tell or speak on the event. And I just think it's a blessing because,
Now he want to use the word blessing, a Bible terminology in which comes from a book that he claims not to believe in. But now when something good go his way, oh, that's a blessing. Use the Kemet terminology that translates into the words that you're trying to say, since that's what you claim to follow, even though we know that that's a lie, I just find it funny how anybody could have failed for any of this stuff. Now, we know, based off his own testimony, dude was in a gang. Dude was cripping. Dr. York's daughter is saying that they were intimidating her. She don't got nobody, man. She by herself. Him, his group of people, in which we already kind of, drew a conclusion to the scamming, to the pimping, and then now we can go into the gang banging and carrying guns and all that good stuff. These are the type of people that are running from God. These are the type of people who don't want to be told that they're doing something wrong. Because notice, while he was doing those things, did he believe in Christ? Y'all remember in part 1 where he talked about how old they were as teenagers when he met his first wife? Did you hear anything about going to church, believing in Christ, in any of that stuff? Same dude, same ideology, just older now. Again, come on, let's keep going.
I'd say for the record, I'm innocent. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason it was dropped was because I was continuously being harassed by the entire organization every day.
Once this situation rolled over, I really decided I had to separate myself a little more from the gangs.
At some point after his release, Brother Polight would meet Dr. Sabi in person for the first time. By this time, he had been following him for years from a distance, but now he was finally able to thank him face to face.
He said he had to leave from the gangs, right? He left from the gangs, but what did he get in that was better? Yeah, leaving the gang is good. Oh, that is great, man. Say, any kind of mindset that will make you leave a gang, if you're really in like a real gang, nah, man, say, I'm for it up until that point. But then he left the gangs for what? He didn't only get locked up being in those gangs, because, being in a gang, you got to prove yourself. You got to carry guns. You got to hang around certain people. You got to do certain things to prove that you're down with the gang. Well, what do he do after the gang? He go join the conscious community. And then I don't know what he was doing back in them gangs, but then joining the conscious community, listening to these people telling you to line up your chakras and, get all this right, know thyself, understand, overstand, understand, everything but understand, right? he felt as if he got out for all the stuff that he did when he was gangbanging. He should have known then. If it really was a blessing, then why wouldn't you come to God? You could have used your same knowledge, same speech pattern, the way that you articulate words, the way you come across to people. You could have used that same thing to help lead people to salvation. But now, what do? You take those same words to make money your God. I mean, to make money your religion and women your God. The black woman is God. According to you, at this time, the black woman was God. How sick is that, though? Like I said in part one, if the black woman is God and you SA'd a little black girl, is your mind thinking, well, I got power over God because I SA'd God. I took from God. So how could God have power over me? If the black woman is God and you took from God, then how can God have power over you? That's the mindset, at least this type of dude was in. Then he gonna meet up with Dr. Xavier, which we talked about him in part one too. Come on, man. It's a network, bro. This dude leave gang banging for raping, forgive me, take that back, for SAing a little girl. Should have stuck to gang banging, bro. At least if you was doing gang banging right, at least you was killing other gang bangers or doing stuff to other gang bangers. Ain't no rules in the streets. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So if this dude got a sword and he killing people with swords, and you got a sword and you killing people with swords, and y'all happen to come across each other and kill each other, then hey, that was just meant for how y'all. I mean, that was just how y'all was meant to die. But you leave that and then use somewhat of that same ideology and go display it to an innocent human being of the opposite sex. You should have stayed over there in the gangs then, bro.
For his herbal regimen that he claimed healed the gangrene in his foot. Over the next year or so, the two of them would become good friends, and Dr. Sebi would eventually loan him $15,000 to start a vegan restaurant.
He helped me get my restaurant in Bushwick, Brooklyn. It was called Our Line of Alkaline. And so at the Our Line of Alkaline restaurant, people was coming far and wide. He invested 15 grand in me. When he heard me articulate my healing process, he said, man, I never was part. He always accredits the healing to nature. He never took the credit. But he said, man, I never seen nature heal somebody who can articulate the process the way you had.
And that's crazy too. If y'all go watch my video I did a couple of hours ago that's on my channel about Mr. Perfect Birthday Bash. It's a 2K video, so if you're not into gameplay, cool. But even in my gameplay, I still be teaching about the Bible. And I was letting it be known that I was watching a TikTok video at that time where they was talking about there are 10,000 gods. How do you know that your God is real? And I broke it down as into one way, not the only, one way we know that God is real, because most religions are nature-based. They believe in the sun, the moon, the stars, the air, the wind, fire, animals, and trees, and plants, and all this other stuff. But science, in which the Bible had already said it before, just like a bunch of other stuff, science caught up to the Bible and let it be known that the universe has a beginning. So since the universe has a beginning, whatever created the universe has to be outside of the universe. It's like a computer. The person who created the computer is not inside of the computer. They are not on the screen changing the numbers and changing the letters. No, they are outside of the computer. They're outside of their creation. So in the same way, God is outside of his creation. He's outside of time, space, and matter. Now, he can operate in it. He can make stuff go the way that he wanted to go, the same way that we can do a computer, but he still operates outside of his creation. So since that's true, and what Brother Polight just said in this video about how nature is healing people and all this other stuff, which, medicine comes from nature, all that good stuff or whatever, right? We're not taking that away from it. But then how much more is the healer who created those medicines that healed us? Right? How can we stop at that point to give credit to nature? We stopping giving credit to nature as being our guide and being our healer and all this good stuff when nature had a beginning at a certain point. So whatever that is or those things are or whatever it is that created those things, that is what should get the credit. They haven't even thought that far, but they're willing to spend money and paychecks to give to these people for them to live a lifestyle that you're not able to live, but thinking that they can benefit you somehow in your lifestyle. It's no different than the false preacher. It's no different than the false pastor. They got mansions. They flying around on jets and eating the best type of food and living the best type of lifestyle. But that lifestyle is propped up on the backs of the people that they're giving a false message to, giving false hope to. It's no different. They're just using it for the conscious side. Now, at least when it comes to the Christian side of it, a person has not totally given up on God, even though they are misled. But on the conscious side, they're doing it to people who are lost. These are lost souls that's looking for everything that the Christian side offers, but since they have rejected the Christian side, they go into this conscious side, end up losing more than what they would have gained if they would have just stayed with the side that they was at and actually got the right understanding of it. But he go meet Dr. Zabi, and Dr. Zabi tell him that he's never met a person who can articulate the way that nature can heal a person better than him, even though he wasn't doing anything. He claimed to have cured so many diseases to where the man was even taken to court, and it was verified that he didn't cure those type of diseases. And then he's not a believer either. So when he does stuff, he doesn't give the props to God either. So it's like you just met a person who couldn't do when it comes to words. You just met a person who couldn't articulate something in a way that you could articulate it, even though you were lying too. ain't that crazy? Let's go.
Stop cutting that damn okra, shut that restaurant down, and teach.
Years later, during the rise of his notoriety, Brother Polight will have the honor of it.
Now watch this. He gave that dude $15,000 to start a restaurant, and the restaurant don't exist to this day. Now, Brother Polight is claiming that Dr. Zabi said that, hey, man, you were able to articulate what I was trying to tell people better than I could. So shut that restaurant down, go out into the conscious community and teach. What? After I just gave you 15 G's? 15,000? Nah, I ain't tell you that. But let's just say he did tell him that. The conscious community, bro? Come on, man. If this is true, and this is alleged, if Dr. Zabi got to live the lifestyle that he lived based off of the misinformation he was giving to the conscious community, in which it was proven a lot of the stuff he was saying was false, and he telling you to go into that community and go and get your money out of that, he telling you these people are dumb. Go get your money out of these dumb people. Come on, man. Y'all got to catch up. Let's go.
Introducing Dr. Zabi during his last lecture in Los Angeles.
Conscious community. Show that. Hold up, y'all. Let me go and bypass that real quick. Give me a couple of seconds, man. Can y'all see what's going on here? It's like a circuit, man. It's like a circuit of scammers. It's no different than the fake Christian church, People who are preachers and pastors over churches are supposed to be led by God, right? But for a lot of churches, you don't see when the senior pastor steps down, is handed over to the next person of God. What you see is, just like T.D. Jakes, since it's an empire, he handed it over to his daughter and her husband. How do we know if his daughter or her husband was the man of God that God chose to be over that congregation? We don't know that, right? But if you notice, though, it stayed in the family. And if you look at a lot of churches, they do it because they see church as a business. It's not about if you have the right message. It's not about if what you're saying is actually edifying the people. It's about, well, look, hey, I built this church. Look at all the money that flow through this church. I ain't finna hand this over to no stranger. Oh yeah, I got fellow ministers on my board, and I got fellow deacons on my board, and I know that they got the word of God. And shoot, even if they can teach you better than my son or my daughter or my brother or my cousin or anybody I know in my family, guess who finna get this? The next best person who's the least interested. It never gets handed over to the man, because pastors can only be men. Now, if you want to preach and teach and all that, yep, women can do all that stuff. But pastors can only be men. That's what the Bible say. We ain't arguing on that. But if you notice, a lot of these churches, it don't get handed down to the next man of God. In which, did you know that the Bible actually have rules for who the pastor can be? A pastor, first off, got to be married. So anybody who you see that's single, who's a pastor over a church, they are disqualified based off the first line of the Bible. You got to be married, first off. That's the first step. After that, not only do you have to be married, you have to have good stewardship of your home. You have to show that the function that operates in your home is working like a well-oiled machine. Not saying it got to be perfect, but you have to show a function in your home. Outside of that, you have to have a good reputation in your community, in your home. In your neighborhood. Now think about that. You can't be single. That disqualify a lot of preachers and pastors that we know. Well, not preachers, but pastors that we know. Got to have a good reputation in your home. That means among your spouse and your kids and all that good stuff. Then you got to have a good reputation among your community to where like people in your community can say, oh yeah, that's a stand-up couple, or yeah, I talked to the husband one day. Oh, he was real nice, real respectful. I talked to the wife one day. Oh yeah, she was real nice. I talked to the kids. Oh, I don't never see their kids out here acting a fool, showing up. Oh, I ain't never seen him out here talking to women, displaying. I ain't never seen her out here just showing her behind. That's a good reputation in the community. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's just three. It's a few more. Based off those top three, a lot of people that you know as preachers and pastors are disqualified, but they still got churches. What's the qualifications to be a master teacher in the conscious community? Can somebody tell me that? That's what I want to know. What are the qualifications and guidelines for a person to be a master teacher in the conscious community, which is a community that teaches against God? I'll wait. A single mother of three kids with two daughters and a son. Why is it always, when it comes to these type of people, they are looking for women that already have kids, preferably daughters? Nothing wrong with a single mother. Single mothers deserve love too. Um, when they get their head screwed on straight, just like a single daddy who got multiple kids, when he get his head screwed on straight, if he meet a woman or she meet a man and they come together and they can both have their head screwed on straight and live life to the best of their abilities outside of that, nothing wrong with that. But why is it that these type of dudes are looking for these type of single mothers? And why is it that these type of women fall for these type of dudes? Ask yourself that question. New covenant. Now, where y'all think that come from? I'm not saying the Bible invented the word new. I'm not saying the Bible invented the word covenant. But when you hear the word new covenant, you automatically think about the Bible because you know that the Bible is consist of the old covenant and the new covenant. The Old Testament and the New Testament. You know that off top of your head. So why would you think he chose that to be the name of his organization? Is he trying to convince people that he's the Messiah? But he tell you that he don't follow the Bible because the Bible was written by man, while at the same time using one of the names in the Bible that was written by man to represent his organization. Come on, man, y'all better wake up, bro. He didn't own not one property himself, but people gave him money for courses that he's teaching them how to own properties. Like, bro, what's wrong with y'all, bro? Now you can be dumb and still be saved. Like, don't get me wrong. That's something that we say around the urban apologetics community. You can be stupid and still be saved. But golly, bro, how can you give your money to a person who don't own a property who teaching you how to own properties? I want to speak on that too. I got a couple of dudes I talked to about sovereign citizenship, and they cool brothers, man. I ain't got nothing against them dudes. I can talk to them dudes all day. But when it comes to that sovereign citizenship, trying to teach you that you don't have to abide by the same rules as the other citizens in America, bro, that ain't true, bro. I don't care what type of explanation they try to explain to you. Or you got a birth certificate, then you know you were just like an employee for a company of America and all this and that, blase, 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 bro. If you on a highway and you're speeding and you get pulled over and they ask you for your ID, you're gonna have to show proper identification. You claiming to be a sovereign citizen does not get you out of breaking the law in any country, let alone America. A sovereign citizen is a person that's trying to tell you that you don't have to abide by the same laws that everybody else have to abide by in America because you are not a employee of America because America is a business. Even though America may be a business and we may be employees, for you to walk around and have the same access that we have as employees into this company, then you are subject to the same rules that we are subjected to. So all that sovereign citizen stuff, man. Have y'all ever watched one of those court videos where the sovereign citizens go to court and they try to prove to the judge that they are not an employee of the business that's called America and they still end up getting the same time, same fine. So long story short, don't fall for that sovereign citizen stuff, man. That's not a black or white thing. That's just insurance, bro. I've had life insurance and all that other stuff. Had nothing to do with being white. The majority of insurances and policies that I've bought or have and all that stuff, they came from other black people. They don't have nothing to do with being black or being white. They just have something to do with just being ignorant to the system that's abroad. There are white people who don't have insurance. There are Mexican people, Chinese people, Arab people, Asian people who don't have insurance. It don't have nothing to do with your skin color. But y'all see how they try to sell y'all this stuff based off of emotionalism. They try to tell you, oh, it's because you are this skin color that you don't know this, don't have this, and all that. No, some people just ignorant to certain stuff. But a person who's telling you not to believe in God don't know this stuff because they don't believe in God. It's just information that you wasn't privy to. And then you notice when it comes to insurance companies, there are Christian insurance companies. Show me the conscious insurance company. Because if there ever was a conscious insurance company, you best to believe whatever money you gave to that company, they ain't gonna pay it out when that person dies. I promise you that. It's all scams. He teaching you how to do insurance for his new covenant company. You give him $182 a month. The dude is in jail right now. So think about every person that gave him $182 a month who family members or people who signed up are dying right now. How are y'all getting paid based off of that policy? When you could have just gone and went to these other companies that were already for sure. They playing out their ignorance while at the same time taking salvation away from you. I don't got no sympathy for nobody that's within their ignorance. That's cool. But the salvation part of it, that's the part I care about right there. Like they're taking advantage of you, advantage of everybody for things that you should already know. But hey, we all gonna bump our head at some point in life. But when it comes to salvation, you already know where salvations come from. It comes from Jesus Christ. They're taking advantage of your ignorance in life while at the same time taking away your salvation from having life eternally. That's Satanism, bro. like that's Satanism. I'm gonna use a little truth, but I'm still gonna be telling y'all a lie. You know, I'm gonna use a little truth that you don't know about, but then you're gonna figure out, oh, that is true. But then to get you to believe me when I'm telling a lie about something I know that you don't know about. Salvation is real, bro, and that's the whole reason why I do all this stuff. The whole reason why he ended up in the place that he in right now for the same love. They go Sarnetta. Can we pause right there? Now look at this. We got Brother Polight, we got Imam Bashir, and they on the couch at Sarnetta Studios in Sarnetta House. Now, Brother Polight, he was convicted of essaying a 14-year-old girl. Imam Bashir was supposed to be the minister that was going to marry Nepal Shaddai and Solar from Solar Visions Debate League. Now, watch this. Nepal Shaddai is the online wife of Sadnetta, which was supposed to be married by Imam Bashir to a dude named Soleiman, who got ran off of YouTube just a couple of months ago. It's still recently. Soleiman got ran off of YouTube because a video surfaced of him on a train playing with his private parts in front of a minor. Polight was locked up for essaying a minor. Solar was caught on a train playing with his private parts in front of a minor. Imam Bashir is sitting right here with Polight, and Soleiman was a close friend of his, while at the same time finna be a person to marry Nepal Shaddai to Soleiman, who ended up being an online wife of Sadnetta. Come on, man, y'all better connect the dots. What is he talking about? Show him a religion that black people have to where they wasn't oppressed by their slave masters in order to believe it. Christianity. Black people believed in Christianity before America was even a thing, before it was even before, I'm talking about the America that we know today, the United States, slavery, 1776, Independence Day, all other stuff or whatever. Before that was even the idea in anybody's head, the Bible was already in Africa. So black people had already had access to the Bible. Period. I don't care how you want to say they had it. You cannot become a Christian because of somebody else. If you claim to know the Bible, the only people who are Christians are people who have made a conscious decision to give their life to Christ. Can't nobody else do that for you. Your mama can't do it, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, your auntie. Nobody can force you to do it. They can't beat you into it. They can't love you into it. They can't persuade you into it. They can only plant seeds. The only people who are Christians are people, again, who made a conscious decision to give their life to Christ. So anything outside of that is a false ideology. Every person outside of that is a fake Christian. That's the reason why we go against those false teachers and preachers like the Eddie Longs and all the people on TBN and all that good stuff, is because they haven't gave their life to the true Christ. They gave their life to the Christ that was told to them. They made up their own Christ in their mind. It's the same Christ that Polight is arguing against right now. He's arguing against the Christ that he's made up in his mind, not the biblical Christ that the Word of God speaks about. Fell in line with Dr. York teachings. Did y'all hear that part? I gotta take this out. I can't show this. Everything he said fell in line with Dr. York teachings, and Dr. York was a person that was studying kids, man.
How you gonna get mad at us?
People don't even believe in Muhammad because Muhammad married a 9-year-old. That's good enough for me. But then he's gonna believe in a religion from a person who they said was it hundreds of kids? Dude got over 150 something years in prison for what he did to multiple kids. And we don't have to say allegedly, he's convicted of it. And this is the dude that Brother Polight is claiming is his master teacher? Come on, man. Now, it ain't just, and I'm not just, I mean, I am focused on him, but I'm not just focused on him. I'm talking about the ideology. These dudes walking around, oh, the black woman is God. And hey, queen, and hey, princess, and hey, this is the type of information, I mean, this is the type of information where these dudes are getting it from. They're getting it from these type of dudes. There are no other people teaching this stuff. Ain't nobody else teaching this conscious stuff. These are their master teachers. This is where this information got brought to this earth, over here in this land, in our time, in our era, from these type of people. Look at how they turned out. Stop following these people. Stop looking up to these people. Stop believing in their ideology. It leads nowhere, bro. This, like,
and kept them at odds with many others in the conscious community.
How you gonna get mad at us for embracing ancient Egypt when they left documentation for the people? Because they knew their children need to know that it's real, because they know the black mind. A sane.
They knew that their children needed to know that it was real because they knew the black mind. Show me that written anywhere in ancient Egypt. Anywhere. Somebody, please, give me the documentation of that. Anywhere written by anybody at any time. You can't.
Black mind says, I want to see this thing to be proven fact. The ancient Egyptians know how black people think. So they said, yo, we're going to leave the records here so you can see, because I know my children do not just merely believe. I know my children.
The ancient Egyptians were conquered by Alexander the Great in 600 BC. Alexander the Great could have just knocked down all them pyramids if he wanted to. And it wasn't just the Romans. That was conquered by so many other nations before the Romans even conquered them. That was conquered. Man, come on, bro. They didn't leave that stuff for nothing. The pyramids, for the most part, were tombs. They were tombs from people who thought that it was right for you to try to take the stuff that you have on earth with you in the afterlife. Remember, we talked about those religions that believe in nature? This is one of them. One reason why we know that the ancient Egyptian religion was not true is because you can't take stuff with you when you die. Now, guess what the Bible say? You can't take stuff with you when you die. Just based off of that teaching alone, when it comes to the afterlife, based off of that teaching alone, which one should we follow? It's the black ancient Egyptian religion that say, man, shoot, try to get buried with your gold, try to get buried with your servants, try to leave a big old thing mounted in the sky to prove that you was buried here. That's what you should do. Or the Bible saying that, hey, when you die, that's it, man. When you die, you can't take none of that stuff with you, man. Which one should we follow? The Bible. Based off of that fact alone, we could eliminate the ancient Egyptian religion. That's the reason why they changed their belief of their religion so many times in ancient Egypt, because the people was realizing it wasn't true. And they're trying to tell y'all today that we should be following. They don't even know what it was, really. They don't even know the total concept of what all the ancient Egyptians believe when it comes down to all their religions. They're making it up as they go along, and they're using the emotion of the black people to try to get them to follow it just so you can put money into their pocket. They don't have no ancient teachings. They don't have no secret teachings. Nothing is a secret. There's nothing new under the sun. The stuff that was false then is false now. The stuff that was true then is true now. They ain't giving you no new teachings. They ain't giving you nothing, not in 2026. They may be telling you something that you didn't look up, or something that you didn't care to study at a certain point in time. They're not giving you no secrets, because how can it be a secret and they know about it? How can a dude get on a YouTube video in front of the world and tell you that something is a secret? Well, how did he know about it then? And they didn't shut him up or shut her up. Like, stop letting people play with y'all minds, man. But let's go.
Children as God. Now, number one thing that makes you God, the number one thing that punctuates your divinity is your ability to question. From question, you're able to discern, and you're able to definitively conclude as to what's right or what's wrong. Now, the God of the Bible didn't feel it suffice to take pictures, didn't feel it suffice to build these edifices and leave documentation. We have to take publications manufactured by men.
But that's better. He just named something that was better and tried to get you to see that it wasn't better. How? What's better? I'm going to ask you, the listening audience, what's better? A pyramid that's sitting in one spot, or a book that can be circulated around the world? The God of the Bible teaches that he has a word. It's the word of God. Words can circulate around the world. A pyramid, something that's built out of material, can only sit in that one spot at that one time. It can't travel around the world. People will have to travel to it. So if the pyramid has all the knowledge in the world, but you can't travel to it, then how do you get the information? Compared to something like a Bible or literature, information that can travel around the world. Come on, man. And we're talking about God. He said God thought about that. Well, obviously, the biblical God would be more smarter than the Egyptian God, because the biblical God had publication and the Egyptian God only got pyramids. Like, come on, bro.
James versions of the Bible. We have to be left with this. But in ancient Egypt, it's right there.
At one point during his career, he would shoot up a holy Bible, which outraged many people.
Hold on, can't see the rest of the sentence. Too much fucking holes in it. Look at that shit.
That's right.
Now it's a holy Bible.
That's right. Clearly the holy Bible right
Man,
now.
you can do that, man.
Written across the top of the Bible, Brother Polight shot up, were the letters ISUPK, which is also known as the Hebrew Israelites. Brother Polight and the Hebrew Israelites had been at odds since he first stepped onto the scene, regurgitating Dr. York's teachings. The most prominent person spearheading the ISUPK movement in New York City is Captain.
Now on the screen, that's IUIC. That's Israel United in Christ. Now, he's talking about ISUPK with Captain Tazariak and Captain 10K. Those aren't the same people. The purple people that you see, that's IUIC, and the people who y'all are more familiar with that's online is ISUPK, because the ISUPK people like Captain 10K that's over there on Paradigm Shift, or Captain Tazariak that used to be over there on Sinetta, but you can see him getting beat up by all kind of urban apologists on different channels. They actually come out and talk to us and have conversations with us. ICIU, I mean, they don't really do it so much. I mean, they go on the streets and do all that. You can categorize them as all the same when it comes to them believing that they are the people of the book under misinformation, you know what I'm saying? But they're not the same Israelite group. And they don't like to be classified as the same group. So I was just putting that out there.
Tazariak.
If you can show me what is corrupt in the Bible, then I'll stop using it. The problem is you cannot show what's corrupt in the Bible. If nigger was not in the Bible, then you would have something against me. If the Bible didn't say the Jews were black, you might have something against me. If Solomon himself, King Solomon, did not say, I am black but comely, if he did not say that, then you might be able to say something to me about saying that it's corrupt. If you can show me that our slavery is not in the Bible, then you might also have a chance. But you cannot show me that those things are.
As to why you follow the Bible. The Bible is not talking about the slavery that happened over here in America. When it comes to the verses in the Bible like Solomon that talks about people being black unto the ground, that don't got nothing to do with no skin color or none of that stuff. Any person who's following the Bible because they think that the Bible is specifically talking about them as a people, they already lost. You shouldn't follow the Bible for that reason. You should follow the Bible because it's true. Because the message inside of the Bible is true. For no other reason should you follow the Bible, because when you do, then you're going to somewhere come into some false doctrine. Yeah, Hebrew Israelites, them following the Bible because of their skin color leads them to believe that people who are not their skin color cannot be saved by Christ. It's no different than a man who followed the Bible thinking that just because he's a man, he should follow the Bible, then he would have a bad outlook on women. Or a woman who followed the Bible thinking just because she's a woman, she should follow it, and she was going to have a bad outlook on following men. Or kids, etc., etc. You know, you should come to the Bible, believing in the Bible, because the message in the Bible that Jesus Christ came, he lived, he died for the sins of the world, went back to heaven and defeated death to show us that we can do the same thing. That's the message. No other reason should be a reason why. Not because you're the people, because you're not the people, tall, short, fat, dumb, black, this era, none of that. None of that stuff should be a reason why you follow the Bible. Again, because you're going to somewhere end up coming into some kind of false doctrine that's going to take you down another rabbit hole that you shouldn't be led down. So everything he said was false.
There are different outlooks on the Bible and religion. Another major disagreement that Captain Tazariak had with Brother Polight was that the black woman is God. This was Polight admittedly disagreed with.
We can give you a black woman is God.
The tension between Captain Tazariak and Polight will come to a head.
I want to ask this. If the black woman is God, all the reasons why they named that she's God, a woman who's not black could name those same reasons. So why is it just that the black woman is God? Shouldn't it be that women are God? I'm saying if I'm going to take that ideology, if that ideology is true, let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say it is true. Shouldn't I say that all women are God? Why does it get narrowed down to a specific ethnicity? And since we're in the black community, of course, I'm going to say, why does it get narrowed down to The black woman is God. Why? How and why? What about the black woman that's out there who don't take care of herself, or don't take care of her kids, or don't take care of the household, or don't do the things that a woman should do to be considered as a good woman? Is that woman God too? Because to me, it's only one God. All the other things that claim to be God are just idols. Those are what the Bible calls false gods. A false god is not a god at all. Even though we're giving it the title of God, it's little g. It's not a god at all. There are no bad gods and all that other stuff. It's only one God. So how can you say that the black woman is God when even just today we got over 8 billion people? And if we cut that in half, which we know there are more women than men, but let's just cut that in half, it has to at least be 4 billion black women. So we have 4 billion gods. Make it make sense, man.
Agreement with one of the members of the Hebrew Israelites.
Oh, and that's just if we're talking about, well, I said black women, but 4 billion if I'm talking about women as a whole, my bad.
On Dr. York. And pointed out the fact that he was his spiritual father and a
I understand.
Say it again.
Let me tell you something, bro. So you telling me he's not? You telling me he didn't get convicted? And now you initially want to get caught? Your spiritual daddy is a child molester. He raped that little boy because men like you and men in the conscious community, the only thing that they can do is draw people.
I agree with that. Now, even though the Israelites are a part of the conscious community, from his worldview, because, you know, Israelites don't even exist without their first being, those type of Israelites don't even exist without their first being Christian. So that they have to take from us for everything that they believe in the first place. Not everything, but the right stuff they believe in the first place. Polight is a part of the conscious community, and they're no good at all. That part that he said, I agree with that. 100% agree. Even though he's a false teacher, you know, that go back to deception. Deception only works when a person can tell you something that you know to be true. If they can't tell you something that you know to be true, then it's hard or impossible for them to lie to you about things that they know that you don't believe, right? If they can tell you something that they know to be true and then you trust them, then they can get you to believe stuff that they know that you don't know about. That's the crazy.
You got no solutions. You are not a leader for no people.
Is that you a white man trying to cause
That's got it correct. His spiritual father, who he called, who's a fucking child. Your father is a child molester, period. And he got in his feelings. He got mad and he thought about the rope, crossed the rope. That's what you do. Don't sit here.
Famous words that made Captain Tazariak a legend over there in the House of Consciousness. This is the video right here. I watched it when it happened. I've been around since like 2012, so a lot of this stuff, I seen it live or I seen it the first time that it was uploaded. And I remember this, man. And this is where Captain Tazariak started to build his name. And this is the reason why when Sarnetta ended up getting into it with Brother Polight, he said, I could see the fear in your eyes. I seen the fear in your eyes when Captain Tazariak told you to cross the line and you didn't cross that line, boy. That's why he said that. And because it was hard for anybody to not see that, okay, well, we're supposed to be talking about spiritual stuff, right? But this Kemetic brother tried to turn up on this man, Katazar white boy. I don't care what ISUPK say. But this Kemetic brother tried to turn up on this white boy, but this white boy was a part of an organization that claimed to believe in the Bible. And when it came to that, a person that was in his organization, E.I. Captain Tazariak, stepped up and showed that dude, hey, if you really about their life, then go and show us you about their life. That black person, because really look at Captain Tazariak. He light skinned. He almost pink. He almost the same color as Captain Katazar. Brother Polight is darker than both of those dudes, but he's supposed to have all this power because he's melanin, and not only because he's melanin, because he's black. He's supposed to have so much knowledge and strength and understanding to where he can overcome these light-skinned people because the melanin that's in his skin. Well, where did you see that take place in this video clip? Where did that melanin come into play? Where did him being a king and a god and all that, where did that come to play right here physically? They show you that stuff ain't true, man. None of that is stupid. Oh, come on, let's get back in.
Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. Right. That's what you right.
Besides his issues with the whispers began circling around the conscious community about Polight scamming people. Some of his followers began speaking out.
I got a settlement from a car accident. I got $22,000 from a settlement in a car accident, and I spent $5 of that $22,000 with Brother Polight and didn't get a single dime back. That's my dumb ass. That was my dumb ass fault. Just because you black don't mean you my people. I'm gonna get that out the way. And because like all black, because the people that Brother Polight is taking advantage of is people that are ignorant. I was ignorant at one particular time. I'm not ignorant no more. For those who are just innocent and just, about to make that mistake, don't make that mistake.
I became a member simply by...
See what I'm saying? I like that he concluded with that. He got $22,000 and gave Brother Polight $5,000. Come on, man. I believe in Christ. I believe in giving, but I ain't no fool. I don't think I ever gave an organization no $5,000. Not one particular organization at one time. No. There's nothing wrong with giving at all, man. It's something wrong with giving under a false ideology, and it's something wrong with giving under something that somebody is showing you that they know that they shouldn't have. Like, for example, if I'm going to go get my gas at a gas station, can't no dude walk up to me and tell me, hey, man, give me $2. I'm trying to get me a beer. I could have $2,000 in my pocket at that moment. I would not get that man or woman $2 for them to buy them a beer, because you don't need a beer in order to live, in order to survive. So those habits that you want to do outside of that you can't provide for yourself, then you should get those on your own. Now, let's say you walk up to me and you say, hey, man, I'm hungry. Can you buy me something to eat? Oh, definitely, man. I'll buy somebody something to eat in a minute. Without even hesitating. No thought on it. Not even asking or even wondering if you got money in your pocket or something like that. I definitely will buy you something to eat. To get $22,000 and give it to a person who's teaching you a false ideology, in which he just said, though, he was stupid at that point. He was ignorant. He was dumb at that point. That go back to the whole message that surrounds this series that I'm doing in the first place. The message that these people are giving out to y'all is only for ignorant people, stupid people, dumb people. And the people who give to these people the most, as into why they're able to live the lifestyle that they live, number one is because they're telling you not to believe in God, man. Number one. Only reason why half of y'all even know these people's names is because you're looking for a reason not to believe in God. Think about that. And these are their leaders. This is the best that they have to offer from this community. People who end up just like this. And if it's not on some child molesting stuff, they still end up in scamming allegations. They still end up with using the community, not being about their word. Any of the things that they promoted to the public as into why they were able to get the money out of you in the first place. No different than the false preacher, no different than the false pastor. Like, I gotta stop it, man. Let's go.
Seeing the YouTube videos, hearing the podcast about the information that was being spread. So he was basically talking about helping people buy tax liens and deeds, which I've done both before in the past. And I'm thinking, hey, this is a black business. I can support that at the same time. As soon as I became a member, a brother by the name of Lawan called me up. Oh, I'm your caseworker. Hey, you ready to get your status correction started? It'd be $550, and this is going to complement your ability to purchase more real estate at a discounted rate. Cool. No problem. Send it over. After my $550 was in his hands, oh, you out this, you need to fill out that, and hey, if you ever need me, you can contact me. Along the way, I did need him. I did need to contact him. And text message after excuse after excuse. I paid $550 for a status correction that never happened. I paid $750 to attend the auction. Outside of that, I purchased a couple of books, got some books never came. Long story short, I also paid for credit repair, $450. This is over a 4 or 5 month time frame on after I paid, why I'm not getting any type of documentation, any type of response, any type of anything related to the $450 that I paid in reference to a credit repair. And it's just excuse after excuse after excuse. But I also understand that some people are going to doubt what I'm saying, what others have said, and I'll simply just ask this. Well, if you're doubting what I say, why don't you take your status correction and let's see what happens? Why don't you go buy a property and let's see what happens?
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside.
Man, I calculated around about $2,000, give or take. He gave this dude $2,000, man. And after he gave him the first couple of $100, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to not being able to have discernment. When you leave Christ, man, you don't got no discernment. That don't mean you just like stupid. No, I'm not saying you just retarded about anything. And this is what killed me about the people who fell for Brother Polight. A lot of the schemes that he was going in was just regular hood schemes. Don't got nothing to do with spirituality at all. He was only using the spirituality tip to try to attract the best percentage of people that he could attract that he would know that don't have no discernment. Because the physical world is in line with the spiritual world. And if you're only focused on the physical world, it's going to be easy to get duped. And vice versa. If you only focus on the spiritual world without the physical, it's going to be easy to get duped. But Brother Polight was focused on the physical. So he went into a community to where people only looked at money, house, cars, clothes, all that. They think that you are living your best life, or that life is about living. Life should be lived the way that you are living it. And because they want to live life in that way, and they're not thinking about that there is an afterlife, they think that there isn't no afterlife. So whatever you can get out of life now, you should do your best to try to get the most that you can get out of life before you die. And this is the message that they're promoting to y'all. And it's the same message that the Bible tells you is false. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible says that you can't serve both God and money. Why do you think it say that? The Bible is not against money. It's not against a certain lifestyle. But if you put in that lifestyle and you spend your time, your efforts, your thoughts, your energy into trying to get that lifestyle, rather than putting your time, your thoughts, your energy, and your effort, rather than building a closer relationship with God, then you're going to fall for it. Money shows who a person really is, man. And definitely what has been going on in our era today, go look at it. All the elites has been exposed. All the entertainers and athletes and people that we look up to, or who name roll off of our tongues when we just talking in everyday life. All of those people have been exposed as frauds. They don't have as much money as they seem to have. They're not as faithful as they seem to have been. They all have been passed around the industry. They all have been put in compromised positions. They all have done something immoral, or that's, I'm not talking about just did something bad. Like, They all have done things that are immoral that they haven't even released to the public because they're still doing it. They haven't confessed to it. They haven't repented from it. They're still doing it and still looking for people that are like-minded or people who don't have a problem with doing things that they have already done because that's what's going to keep them propped up in society. Do y'all not see that? Do y'all not realize that, man? For the ones that don't, like, that's all this community is about. The love of money, the love of celebration, recognition. Know thyself, love thyself. You don't know yourself now. You a 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old person. You've been on earth that long. You don't know who you are by now? And this is the message that they promoting to y'all. Jesus say it ain't about who you is. It's about who you is in Christ. Lay down who you are. Lay that down. And come walk into this light over here because we all messed up. It don't matter who you are. Really, the person that you is and that you really want to be, the person that you really want to be, oh man. Think about that. If there wasn't no rules, the person that you really wanted to be, oh man. And that's all that, the word of God is trying to reveal to us. And that's the reason why we have to be born again. And that's the reason why we got to die to ourselves, because the person that we should be is a gazillion, infinity times better than the person that we think that we should be.
When you watch Polite video, is when it's time to do something with him that involves anything with money, getting into his pro. Always a hesitation, like, should I be doing this? There's too many unanswered questions. Nobody should be sending money because of all the
I ain't sending him no money, so don't worry about nobody. Nobody ain't
all the
sending
people
him
that
nothing.
said they didn't receive their shit, all the people that saying that they got robbed of money. And
money,
it's a lot of accusations by credible people. I think he needs to come out and deal with that shit. Look, this is what happened. People didn't receive they all right. If you were, if you did something, I made a mistake. I made a mistake in how I was running my business. I apologize. That alone will do something.
I don't feel sorry for none of y'all that get got by the conscious community. I don't feel sorry the same way I don't feel sorry for all of these people.
Money. Look at what everybody's saying. Money. Now, don't get me wrong. They should speak out. They're right for speaking out. They got duped, or whatever by this brother. But then why was it the money? Why wasn't the morality? Huh? Why wasn't it something positive? Why wasn't it something that you could see on the outside that the dude was doing that would make you think, It was solely because this was the most popular brother who you knew that was telling you not to follow Christ. Think about it. That's the whole reason why these people even following any of these people, man, is because they teach these people not to believe in Christ. And then they want to say, look, bro, look at how famous they is, or look at how much money they got, or look at the life that they living. You telling me to go follow God and you don't even have what they have. Well, look at how they got what they got, though. Stop playing with God, man.
That's donating to these doggone pastors and turning around, and these pastors is living in mansions while you going back to the hood. And they not giving nothing back to the community. That's your fault. That's your fault. Y'all scamming yourselves. These people ain't scamming you. You scamming yourself. Half y'all dudes giving all this money to Polight, or y'all sisters giving all this money to Polight. I could guarantee you one half of your family members can't even come borrow $10 from you. But you're going to give a total stranger $10,000. Good for you.
Right.
Remember, I said it. Good for you. Right. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for nobody stupid enough to put their trust in Polight dumbass.
Polight will ultimately move his family to Florida, into a beautiful house in which he claimed.
Now, I do want to say this. Hassan Campbell is talking down on the conscious community, but he a part of the conscious community, bro. So, like, anybody who ever gave him a dime, ever gave him money, They should be saying the same thing about him. He had videos circulating out here on YouTube too, to where he's giving a reply to his enemies, and he's talking about sexually assaulting his enemies' kids. Didn't I tell y'all it's a circuit? It's a circuit, man. It's something going on.
Was mortgage free, and that he only paid $4,000 for it.
I think Brother Polight is broke. He's using other people's names to buy all these hotels and all these cars. He's doing everything off everybody else's name.
Basically, we pray for this and we got it. We're very happy. We're very grateful. We're not doing this to boast. We're doing this to show you that you too can have this.
Don't give them your money. And be careful for all these reviews. How these scammers get us with these reviews is, oh man, this is the best class ever.
You put the information attached and it's worked out for you?
Yeah, it's worked out. It's made some bread, you know what I mean? And just basically everything that you taught in your book about how to structure your family.
All right, his name is Leon Cook.
What makes y'all think Brother Polight don't know these people? These people that he on screen, how many friends you got? Like, how many people is actually down with something that you got going on? And birds of a feather flock together. So if I'm a scammer, then I'm connected to other scammers and frauds and all that good stuff. If I tell my homeboy, say, man, now come on, bro, I need you to come shoot this video with me so I can make this look legit over here. You don't think they're going to come over here and do it? Where's the paperwork? Y'all going off of a dude who's sitting in front of a camera telling you, hey, man, this dude got me 4 acres for $400, but then you don't ask for no paperwork. You're just going off a video. You don't even know the name of the person that's in the video. This person in this video right now that's telling you that he owns all this land, I want somebody that's under the sound of my voice to go look this dude up, find out his name, all that. Tell me if he owns this property right now. If he genuinely owns it, see if he owns it right now. And if Polight taught him how to own that property, then what properties do Polight own right now? Like, it's just slow, man.
This is the property I bought at this last auction out in Adams County, Pennsylvania.
Your tax situation isn't like anyone else.
Oh, can't play that. Y'all give me 1 second. Hey, man, this series, man, say, and it ain't just about Brother Polight. I'm just starting with Brother Polight. I'm going through a bunch of other main names that's in the conscious community, man. This series is going to be eye-opening for anybody who is not familiar with the people in the series. I mean, with the people that's in the conscious community, and for people who are not familiar with why all of us urban Christian apologists, the reason why we choose to minister to the people that are in the conscious community. I think this series is going to be very powerful to the people who are looking for that type of information. And, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. I know a lot of people who follow Christianity and that are up on their apologetics, y'all are beyond these type of people that I am exposing and or about to expose. But for the people who are not, who are just not coming into this community, I have a son, I have daughters, and they are a part of this newer generation that's starting to get out here on YouTube and get out here in social media to where these ideologies are flowing. And hey, if it could be a help for those people in that generation, some kind of primary, secondary source, a secondary source that can lead them back to primary sources, then hey, I'm willing to be a part of that ministry. Let's go.
Now you know what it is to live a day in my life. All this property going all the way back for $50.
This is the best information.
He's saying he owned all that stuff.
Dude, they don't show a piece of paper with that's signed by a judge or signed by the Better Business Bureau.
I just said that.
Whatever, if you don't see legitimately like what's going on paper, stop believing that somebody made $1 million or made $100,000 off X, Y, and Z. Anybody can say that. Anybody can write a review and say this thing helped me and I suggest it.
Despite the numerous amount of people that that were trying to bring awareness to Polite scams. As time passed, more and more people continued to invest. The more money that began to roll in, the more glamorous his lifestyle became.
There's been certain sabotage going on as far as my business is concerned, as far as my personality and name goes. I managed to see it through. And in fact, branding-wise, I've done better than I've ever done within this last year.
Eventually, him and his family will leave Florida and move to California.
Oh, look at that. We in Cali for real. You see that car?
Now, don't forget, we just watched a clip where this person is telling you that he got all these acres, 4,000 acres for $50 and all that stuff. Where is the land that Brother Polight owned for him to be moving from this place to that place to this place to that place? You never hear him saying, well, hey, I moved to this place and I'm renting out this other place that I used to own where I used to stay. Why is it that you never seen that? But he can show another person how they can own land for a cheap amount of money, but he don't own any of it. Why ain't nobody thinking about any of that stuff? Or why wasn't they thinking about any of that stuff? I don't get it, bro. Like, I really don't get it.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Hydraulics. We in Cali. Let me get next to show love. I'm on live. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm trying to show them how Cali get down.
Who says how Cali get down?
Not long after the move, he would be contacted by one of his followers who wanted his mentorship. His follower was a YouTuber by the name of Crypto Roots.
My father died from a heart attack, and I didn't know I was getting money. I got some life insurance money, and I was just going to travel and do my thing, but I was following Brother Polight for years, and so as soon as I got paid, I hit him up for the mentorship. Immediately, I was sending him money. And because I had to send him money so often, we ended up kind of talking and being cool. And then he offered for me to come to LA.
Why wouldn't I offer to be cool with you? Think about this. These type of people in the conscious community, a lot of them know that what they're saying is BS. They know what they're saying is lies. They get somebody who's spending money on what they're saying, and then you do it over and over and over and over. Oh yeah, let me meet with this dude. They know that the lies that I'm telling somebody is falling for it, that person has to be stupid. For this person to fall for the lies that I'm telling when I know I'm telling lies, that person got to be dumb. Now, he's going to give us a sob story, in which it is a sob story for a person who seem as if they don't know no better, but he should have known better. But then, how can we really expect that? The $100,000 that he got, he didn't earn it. You know, he didn't work hard for it. He did what Brother Polight said. He got insurance on his daddy, and then his daddy died, and he ended up getting $100,000. Well, okay, because it don't take brains to get insurance on your elderly people. It don't take no brains. If you do it or not, okay, that's on you. But does it make sense to do it? 100%. So just because he got insurance on his father, or maybe his father got it on himself and left it to his son, he wasn't smart enough to know that because this person don't believe in God, I shouldn't even be following this person anyway. Why didn't he know that? That's the question I'm asking.
To buy a condo and to rent that out. So I trusted him, and I went to LA.
When Crypto Roots arrived in LA, Brother Polight promised his followers that he, along with Crypto Roots, will be starting a crypto course that would guarantee everybody who enrolled will be making money within weeks by investing in cryptocurrency.
We're gonna go. Let's get into the crypto economics.
You gotta turn it around myself.
I got you. Let's get into this crypto. Let's get into this crypto economics. Let's get it in.
Crypto Roots on YouTube, McNaughty Dread on Instagram. As far as like real value and scarcity, people are saying Bitcoin is one of the most scarce things next to time. and we can break down the numbers later, but there's 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be created, and they're already estimating 6 or 7 million will never have access to. So break down the math, maybe 15 or 16 million Bitcoin divided by 7.5 billion people. We're looking at possibly one of the most valuable assets we have seen in the last couple thousand years. So
I remember when Bitcoin first came on the scene, and it was people. It was social. It was monetary value, just like trade. And the people created a social club to say that, well, look, the dollar is falling. Everybody use gold, everybody use silver, but this Bitcoin can be a universal monetary value for everybody. So if we put enough money into this Bitcoin, then this could become the value system for the entire world. Now we see that that's not it, right? But it has broke through mainstream. It is up there. It is on the stock market. You can use Bitcoin now to go into a place of establishment and buy something, right? Now, think about when this video was dropped. This video was dropped a long time ago. Bitcoin was just starting to make its rise. What this crypto dude was saying was probably something good. It probably should have been something that people should have put their money into at that time based off the way that he explained it. Brother Polight, being as smart as y'all claim that he is, he didn't even have enough sense to even see that. There are millionaires right now, multi-millionaires based off of Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin has not surpassed the US dollar. I don't think Bitcoin will ever pass the US dollar. I don't think that Bitcoin would ever be the currency for the entire world. But guess what? Bitcoin can still be traded around the world just like oil or any other product that's on the stock market. So it has value to it. This time was somewhere around the ground floor. See what I'm saying? So look at that. Polight fumbled the ball even on this, man. He took the dude money and treated the dude like a female. Treated him like one of his girls because, like we talked about in part one, Polight come from the pimp world. He was already used to telling a female what to do in order for her to bring money back to him. So now that he met a dude, now I don't think they were sleeping together. I don't know if the dude is gay. I have heard stories about the dude being caught with transsexuals, but I can't verify none of that, so I'm not here to speak on that. But with what is verified, that he used to be inside the pimp game, or is, or however long he was in it, he treated this dude just like a cash cow, the same way any pimp would treat any female that they have under their arm. I'm in a bar and Nate some other time. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta catch up, bro.
So what's happening is a lot of these coins are fractions of a penny. Fractions of a penny. And it's not going to hurt to drop $10 on something like that. It's not going to hurt to drop
Put your hands on the steering wheel.
Obviously, do your due diligence, do your research, and we can break that down in the course, how to analyze the market, how to analyze the fundamentals of the rarity of the coin, how often it's printed.
Let me tell you, to the naked eye, people see him, he just seems like he's just a quiet, Rastafarian looking dude who might be blowing on some real good sticky. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to really talk to him about what he does, he is also a master farmer. He has knowledge in aquaponics, but in general, the basic convention of agriculture, he deals with that too. He's a real good brother, man. I'm so proud of him. I mentor him. I mentor this brother. And
how do you take a person like that as your mentor? This dude got on a baseball cap with a hoodie around it, with a shirt that has an image of God knows what. Where is the suit? Where is the tie? Where is the briefcase? I'm not saying that a person can't be about what they're about and they have to have on a suit or a tie and display a briefcase and like that. But you at least have a better possibility of that person knowing what they're talking about than a person who's meeting you at a park looking like somebody that you just seen at the corner store when you was filling up your gas tank. That's why people like Hassan Campbell say they don't have sympathy for these type of people. What's wrong with y'all, man? Just ridiculous, bro. He said the dude looked like a Rastafarian that smoked a whole lot of weed. That's probably exactly what he is. He's probably one of those Rastafarian dudes that get high out of their mind. He probably do have a good idea, but don't know how to bring that idea into fruition. But he trusted a dude like Brother Polight to bring that to fruition. Don't you know they make companies for that? Don't you know they have investment companies for that? Like, why would he go to a dude that he met allegedly off of Sinetta in the conscious community from the House of Consciousness? Like, what's wrong with these people, bro?
Never cease to amaze me. It's very good. So we're going to incorporate the cryptocurrency information. I mean, I already have for the mentorship. Trust me. We teach you if you were to do the mentorship for 1 week to a week and a half, there's no way you could say that you're not making any bread or making any monies off of this information.
Although Crypto Roots was 100% on board with starting the course, unknown to him, Brother Polight had no interest in starting the course at all. Instead, Crypto Roots himself was being targeted as the next scam victim.
I feel people are owed an explanation of why the crypto course isn't happening. And the real reason is because Polight owes me over $100 grand. The money I gave him was from my father's life insurance. He ended up using me, and him and his family were living off me. I was paying for everything, his cars.
Now, we all came across Brother Polight through a platform called Sinetta, in which Brother Polight was the Hulk Hogan to Vince McMahon. I think I'm jumping too far ahead. Let's go.
Were rented. I didn't even realize what was happening, and every time I got uncomfortable, and he would just either yell at me or like say, "Oh, I get it, I understand. You're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna make a lot of money," and I'm thinking, "Damn, I didn't want to ruin this opportunity of, meeting my master teacher and, possibly making." So I gave up more.
What is a master teacher? What has anybody in the conscious community mastered to make them a teacher of it? Who? Show me their successful marriages. Show me their successful fatherhoods. Show me their successful organizations and what they have done for the community or was involved with that benefited the community. What are they master teaching? Are they teaching cooking classes? Are they teaching you how to change a tire? They're a master? What? My master teacher is Jesus Christ. And why do I follow Jesus Christ? Because he teaches me how to get salvation. He's a master at it. He died, came back to life, and showed us that he actually has power over death. That's my master teacher. What are they teaching you? Well, what have they mastered to where they can even teach you anything about it that you don't already know or that you can't find out on your own? And we live today, we have Google, we have ChatGPT. What are they masters at teaching? What's wrong with these people, man?
More and more bread that I wasn't comfortable giving up. And it got so bad.
Oh, and Jesus Christ is free. You don't need no money to follow Christ. Now, if you follow Christ and you have money, then definitely, of course, you're definitely going to want to give to rightful organizations. You definitely want to give your time, your energy to organizations that are putting back into the community or putting back into people, even if that's in word or in physical form, either way. Definitely. But guess what? It don't cost you nothing to follow Christ. A person that has $1 million and give $1 million to Christ is not going to be seen no more different than a person who only got $5 and give $5 to follow Christ. Because it's not about the money at all. It's free. You can pull a Bible up on your phone. You don't need a Bible. You don't have to go buy a Bible, is what I'm saying. You can get a Bible anywhere. To the point, again, the era that we live in, it's one on your phone for free. It comes with your phone. That's how lit God is. If all of these other ideologies were needed to know information, then why aren't they as available as the Bible or any other religion that is available as the Bible, like the Quran or something? Ancient Egypt, pro-black, Mesopotamia, Homo sapiens, and what?
I ended up basically being homeless in LA. Like, this dude just did not looking out for me. I slept in his car so many nights. Like, I paid for his plane, I paid for everything. And to this day, I haven't even received 1% of it back. Everybody says this dude's a scammer. Everybody says this dude, and it's the truth. This dude fucking scammed me, dude. He fucking scammed me. Like, I'm so brokenhearted. And he wants me to continue to do business with him, and he won't even pay me any money. Like, none. I just want my money back. Him and his family lived off my father's life insurance money, and when I had no more left, he just like, whatever, like, you know, he treated me like I was one of his wives or something. Like, I just had to listen and drive him around, drive his family around. I had to pay for everything. And he was like, oh, your investment, it's investing. Oh, you're investing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, like, damn, like, and it got so bad, I just said, you know, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore, bro. I left LA and went to Mexico.
After giving him $100,000,
this dude
leaving,
was
bro.
just planning to use me and dry, and he still hasn't paid me. He just treated me like I was just some bitch that he could just use for money, and you know, and he did. He's still out. He just doesn't. He's ignoring my calls. He won't, you know, nothing back. So I'm devastated. Like,
switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast.
What's wrong with this dude, bro? Oh, now I left after I gave this dude $100,000. No, ain't no leaving now. Ain't no. Let's get back to it.
What's, you know what I'm saying, going on in my head.
After months of trying to get a hold of Brother Polight to no avail, Crypto Roots couldn't take it anymore
doing a lot of good work
and went on a tirade which seemed completely out.
Direct message to Polight. Yo, what up, bitch ass nigga? What's up, bitch
Nah,
little boy?
Don't forward them, bro.
Mother. Finally, somebody with credibility, somebody with higher. You put me on your platform, bitch. You put me. You decided to scam me. You manifested me, motherfucker. It's war. It's war. It's your family versus mine, Polight. Straight up. Your family versus mine. You think you could disgrace me? Think you could take me down? Just dismiss me like that? Bro, that's the biggest mistake of your life, of your career. And you need to be taken down. I'm not gonna let you take my father's life insurance, disrespect me, and dismiss me. I'm scamming people, and you scammed up many other people, and I'm stopping that shit, bro. I'm going to war, Polight. And I also want to give a shout out to my lady, man. I just want to say, I already tell her every day. I just want to tell her publicly, give her a shout out. I love you. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have made it without you. You know what I'm saying? So we got these dogs. I wouldn't have made it out with, made it this far without you, baby girl.
Now he over there messing up somebody else's life, right? You still don't hear nothing about Jesus, still don't hear nothing about Christ, but he didn't want to go capture another lost soul to follow him along his delusional journey. And what? She follows him. See, this is why this series is actually necessary, to kind of wake people up to see, man, like these people need saving. Like, they're lost, bro. These people are not right in the head, man. Like, it's something wrong with them. Like, and Jesus can heal them. Jesus can fix them. They need Christ. They don't need money. They don't need, the dude don't need more women. The women don't need more dudes. They don't need more cars, more houses, more clothes, a better lifestyle, be on a yacht, be on a plane, no, they need Christ, bro. There's something wrong with them for them to think like this. Like, come on.
So, shout out to all the good, beautiful women who are supporting and taking care of their man through tough times.
Sadly, Crypto Roots would never see a dime of his money back. In 2021, just 2 weeks after the birth of his first child. He would pass away during the COVID-19
Bad,
pandemic
man.
due to complications from asthma.
My husband had asthma, and this early morning, like at 6 a.m. in Mexico, he started having an asthmatic attack, and the ambulance never came, and I had to take him to the hospital, and he didn't make it. And
I don't know, man. Maybe before he took his last breath, he gave his life to Christ. I don't know that. But as it sits, as into what we can see and what we can understand, all that crying and stuff that she doing don't really mean nothing if the dude went to hell, man. Don't mean anything. Even though he got screwed by Brother Polight, and Polight did screw him, and he got over on Brother Polight, that ain't enough to get him to heaven. He didn't even believe in the Savior, man. Why go through all the torment that us as humans can go through here on earth and still not go to heaven? Why? What's wrong with the hope of heaven? I don't think there's nothing wrong with the message of heaven being presented and us having hope in that. What else is there to look forward to? And I'm not saying believe in it because there's nothing else to look forward to. We should believe in it because it's true. But I'm saying this too, though. What else is there to look forward to with all the sorrows that come along with living this life? People think that if I had more money, then stuff would be better. But then you go listen to the people who have a lot of money and they tell you that they wish they was in your position. Then you hear slogans like more money, more problems, and you don't even think that that's true from a person who had more money than you. You better stop playing, bro. It's sad that Polight duped this dude out of $100,000. It's mind-blowing that this dude would even think that he should even give a nigga like Polight $100,000 in the first place. Come on, man.
to share this with you because
then died and went to hell.
He would tell me not to cry and to toughen up. I wanted to share this with you because you care for him and you message him and you come to him constantly due to mentorships and just sharing love, because he shared a lot of love and a lot of knowledge. He was all into the revolution and all into education and all into peace and good things. He was a really good man and a great father.
Oh, I know what I must do now. I know what I must do now.
This dude just died and he laying down the top of his car.
In order to become successful, you gotta have no ceiling. Sky ain't the limit. Space is.
And it's some people who thought that was really deep too. It's some people who thought that what he just said was like the deepest thing they ever heard. Like, it's so stupid, man. You've heard that there are no limits or that you can do whatever it is you want to do from your mama, your daddy, your teacher, somebody on TV, an entertainer, athlete, anybody. You've heard that. And still, when he said it, you thought that was probably the most profound thing you ever heard. Why did you think that, even though you probably didn't realize that you heard it before? Why? And I'm talking about the non-believers, because don't nobody believe this stuff but non-believers. I don't know one person who fell for anything that Polight scammed somebody out of that was a believer in the Bible. Not one. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Crazy, man. You better wake up to reality and see what's going on. God is real. These people are the children of their father. That is Satan. They're not leading you nowhere. It's crazy how when you go follow these people platforms, one of their biggest talking points is to say, well, I'm just giving the people the information. I'm just giving the people the knowledge. Notice they never tell you they're giving you the wisdom. Because information ain't nothing but a bunch of words. Knowledge ain't nothing but a lot of philosophies. Where's the wisdom? Where's the application? And isn't it funny how these people who claim to be giving you wisdom and giving you knowledge outside of the Bible, giving you knowledge and giving you information outside of the Bible, the wisdom that it takes to understand that stuff, why isn't it lining up in their life? Ask yourself that when you go into the conscious community and seek out these people. We ain't even through with this dude, and I got a lot of more dudes to go, man. And I'm talking about the heavy hitters of the people who presented this ideology to you. They like to lie and say, oh, y'all got your information from the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. Well, the Bible wasn't wrote by white people. It was written by Israelite people. The Israelite people are a mixed multitude. So you can't use the skin color argument on the Bible. See how God was already outthinking y'all before it even happened? Racism by skin color is a social construct. That was something that was invented by us. No other people on earth, no other people on earth saw it that way, not based off skin color. It was always nationality. Americans are a nation. That's our nationality. If somebody comes and attack America, they're going to be attacking all of us. They're not going to be attacking a person who black, who white, who Mexican, who Chinese, who Asian. Everybody who is an American citizen, you are considered a person that's in this nation. Well, it's always been like that. We are the only people who try to separate people based off their skin color rather than their nationality. And for the people who fall for that, there were multiple people in this video that I just played who just told you, man, say, all skin folk ain't kin folk. And that's a truth that we can learn from the Bible that you should have been doing since day one if you claim that you grew up in America and used to go to church. But anyway, we're going to get up out of here. Part 3 going to be dropping real soon. I'll probably drop it sometime today. I think this is somewhere around a 10 or 11 part series. I'm going to get through the whole series, and we're also going to go to the next people that are focused on in the next series as well, man. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate all the people who going to watch it that's in the replay game. I am nobody. I always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. But watch this, though.